together for my man Kevin Solo Sellers. Goose, we got a chance and opportunity to have one of our very own. We're going to talk about him today, and this is his whole business. He has a very successful business. Goose, he is the #1 photographer for Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. He's been the #1 photographer for the last maybe 10 years. He's global. He goes all around the world, taking some of the best flicks and some of the best photography there is, Goose.
Talented. That's what, when I think of Solo, I think of talent. Photography, talent.
I just want everyone right now to please share his page, like his page. Great. If you got an event coming up, whether you're turning 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, or if you're turning 20 like Goose, you know what I mean? Just get, you know, just get ahead and, you know what I mean? Hit him up and book your next event. He's really great when it comes to private events. He'll come to your house or he'll come to, you know, corporate events. Loves to do weddings. But he's just an awesome dude, Goose, and he's an awesome girl, you know, guy. He's an awesome photographer, man. We're really blessed to have him on the podcast.
Well, I tell you, it's not only he's talented with the camera, but he's got a talented personality, if you will.
Absolutely.
He gets people to, you know, to smile, to laugh, to be themselves, and then he snaps the shot at the appropriate time.
Well, you and I like him because, you know, before, you know, I guess when he first started the dealing with us in the Undefeated Ghost podcast, you asked him what cigars he's smoking. Right away, he said Monte Cristo. I said, well, maybe you're definitely a great fit for, you know, our team.
Absolutely.
Nard, what do you feel about Solo?
Solo has been a great big brother ever since I met him. So photography wise, most people talk about him about that, but I just talk about the times we hang out. So big bro, appreciate you.
Oh, you're trying to make a brother blush up here or something, you know what I mean? I'm not used to all this. I'm used to the backlash from everybody.
So Solo, let's talk to you a little bit, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your favorite NFL team, where do you live, and what's your short-term and your long-term goal when it comes to photography.
Okay. Well, like Will Smith, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Okay.
You know.
Shout out to West Philly.
Absolutely. I've always shot, you know, from college, you know, just messing around with it. And, you know, I always want to be behind the camera, and then got professional with it, or more interested, I should say, back in 2008. And, you know, got my first professional camera and everything, and started messing around, and people started saying, okay, some nice pictures. Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm like, well, let me try it and see what happens. And it just blossomed from there. And then 2010 is when I took it to the professional level and really got into it. And that's when I was able to tap into some corporate business, some corporate events and everything, and started traveling. As far as short-term and long-term, you know, short-term, I'll always, when it comes to my photography, I always try to challenge myself and come up with little projects to keep myself motivated, to start looking at things from a different perspective, you know, and increase my portfolio.
Absolutely.
Long term, plan to continue down that same path, but ultimately I want to get into more landscape, and I'm trying to get to the National Geographic level.
Okay.
You know, and be like out there doing safaris and things like that.
Right. So you into animals and stuff?
Hey, be easy now. Like I said, it's one thing I'm just shooting from a distance.
Okay, all right.
Don't start your stuff. I know how.
I mean, you said National Geographic's, not automatically looked at Nard like, you know, because he's what?
I had a little pause on that one.
That's what I'm saying. You
I
know,
was wondering where he was going with it.
exactly.
All right,
I'm just here for mediation.
All right, let me see if I can switch it up. So, Goose, ever since you met Solo, have you been enjoying the photos and stuff that he's been taking for Undefeated Ghosts? I think that he is absolutely fantastic. He's phenomenal as far as like staging stuff. I know for a fact that you definitely shoot for 28 Black. We're looking to do some stuff with Monte Cristo along with Romeo and Juliet. But Goose, you know, what shots have you seen him take? Like, man, that's a really nice picture, or what maybe segments throughout the podcast?
Well, when he sets up ashtrays with Monte Cristo in them, or Romeo, and he sets the stage for publicity shots, which is great.
Right.
And he catches guys in the lounge smoking a Monte Cristo or Romeo, or other cigar brands that we sell here at Goose's. So he's an expert at that. And again, his personality shines through. He makes people relaxed.
Absolutely. Now, Goose, I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask Nard. Do you think that he probably does maybe like modeling shots? You know, like female models and stuff like that. Maybe.
I'm sure he
maybe
does.
You think so?
You
Nard,
think,
do you
Nard?
think he does that?
I think he does. I think he does a really good job at that. I think he took something today, matter of fact.
Okay. All right.
Podcast. You probably should show those, put those up there.
Put the pictures that he's taking of different models
Right, today.
up on the screen
Yeah,
today.
Podcast. Yeah.
Podcast for the
Yeah.
podcast. Okay. We could probably see if we can make that happen. Also, we could probably have models come here because
that's what
Goose,
we're
you got
looking
over
to
5,000 square feet right here at Goose's
Yes,
Cigar
we do.
Lounge.
Yes,
So we can
do.
get models to come on up here, and you can be a professional model for Kevin Solo Cellars right here at the Undefeated Ghost podcast. I mean, we got flat screen TVs, we got pool tables, we got a game room, we got a bar. We have a lot of stuff up here, man. A lot of great entities where I think Solo can get a lot of great shots, man. And you can be one of his traveling models. And hopefully, you know, if the pictures are that good, Goose, maybe they'll make it to a National Geographic, you know, depending on what it is.
But see, that's the thing, though, Flo. I mean, this is such a beautiful space here, you know, at Goose's Monte Cristo Lounge. I mean, I've already seen visuals in my head. If we have models come up here, we have the pool tables, we have the chess tables, we have the chairs, the Monte Cristo chairs. Especially if the models enjoy a cigar, it's nothing like a sexy woman with her stiletto heels on, have a Monte Cristo glass of wine or something. The whole stage is set. So we can definitely make that happen. Any models that are interested, feel free to hit us up here at Monte Cristo, Goose's Monte Cristo Lounge, and we can make that happen.
That'd be nice, man. Again, so if you're a model out there, if you're like 70 or 80 years old, hit him up right now and see if you can book to come out here on a Sunday, you know, right after church. Come on down. No, I'm only joking. If you're a model or maybe an ex-model, because we met,
Yes.
I don't know, I forget where we were at, but we met an ex-model, and Goose, she had great features. You know what I mean? Like you could tell the way that she dressed, the way that she walked, Nard.
Yeah.
I forget where we're at now. I guess it doesn't matter, but we asked her the question, you know, did you ever model? She said, yeah, I used to model back in the day. Well, those are the people that we're looking for.
Absolutely.
Those are the ones that would be great for 28 Black. They would be great models for Romeo and Juliet. They would be great models for Monte Cristo. They would be great models for everything that we try to go and, you know, push on the Undefeated Ghost podcast. So if you're an older model or just beginning as a model or just a regular, you know, homebody that's looking to get out and do something different, please hit Solo up right now and say, hey, I was watching the podcast. I heard about your podcast. I know you're a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. I heard you're Kappa Alpha Psi's #1 photographer. I'm looking forward to get some, you know, some pictures down. Because there's a lot of people out there probably that do sports or in different industries that just love to, you know, just photogenic. They just love to get their picture taken. And those are the type of clientele that we would love to have here consistently on a weekend or maybe on a Tuesday, so Solo can take so many pictures of you and then, you know, be able to place that on social media or something like that.
And it's funny because two things that you're just talking about, you know, one, there's no such thing as an ex-model.
Okay.
Woman, man, they may not be doing it as much as they used to, but
Because Nard said he was an ex-model and he should have never modeled a day in his life. I'd rather look at a pregnant Rottweiler than sit there and watch pictures of him. You sat over there for 45 minutes. I mean, I've done modeling stuff, you know, shout out to 20diamondsandpearls.com and others. But you sat over there and took, you know, when you and I
saw what
I
was
seen
going.
that, but it took like forever. Your camera was dying over there taking pictures of this guy. You know what I mean?
Solo,
but he's
great
in a
job.
great spirit today. He's in a great mood, man. I'm glad to have Nard here. But
Absolutely.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for these models, man. And we waited for a specific time in order to get this out because we know there's some great women out there that would love Philly, Jersey, Delaware, New York, DC, DMV area. Come on up, man. Be one of Kevin Solo Cellars models. That would be great. I think.
Absolutely. So there's no such thing as an ex-model. Please feel free to come out. Please feel free to contact me at Photos by Solo on my Instagram page, Solo Vision Photography on Facebook, solovisionphotography.com, smugmug.com to check out some of the work I've done in the past. So we can make it happen. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because, like I said,
That's a very cool name, Kevin. How'd you come up with Solo? How'd you come up with Solo?
Well, I came up with Solo back in college. It was just a nickname. When we were online, we pledging and everything. So I'm not technically a solo when it comes to line. I'm a deuce, but if you break it down, solo means smooth on the low.
No, it. I get it. Did that go over your head? Did that go over your head? Did you get it? I got it. I was like, maybe. No, what you think about that? Did you catch that?
I caught that.
Was you picking up what he was putting down?
I did. That's Solo. That's just Solo.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's Solo.
It makes sense. It makes sense. We go with that.
Yeah, thank you.
What's the meaning again? Solo.
Smooth on the low.
Smooth on the low. Smooth on the low.
On the low.
The low. All of the stuff, just like with the water and the duck is real calm. Yeah, break it down, baby. It's a history. Yeah, I'm smooth on the low.
I get it.
Everything else is chaotic. I'm just smooth with mine.
Kind of describes my basketball game.
Smooth, exactly.
I wasn't above the rim.
Yeah, you smooth. Yeah, you make your moves.
I get it.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah,
I mean, and speaking of basketball,
well, Nard don't.
Do we? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
We'll leave that out.
We'll
leave that out.
All right. Because we got.
It's NBA All-Star Weekend, so
it is NBA All-Star Weekend. Man, shout out to that. How'd y'all think about the dunk contest before we go real quick? Just a little bit.
Who won it?
It doesn't matter. That's how bad it was.
Right.
Because we come from an era where we've seen some great dunk contests. Right. I mean, we go all the way back to the original Dr. J from the foul line with the big afro, all the way up to the Dominique and Jordans, and then the most recent was the guy Gordon and Levine,
right?
2016.
That was a great.
Exactly.
Probably one of the best.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So from 2016 to what happened last night, a travesty, man.
And I'll talk about it because real legends can't tell their own stories. Goose, Kev used to be. He's a high flyer. He's a dunker. Yeah, he'll dunk on you if you listen. If you give him enough space,
I believe it.
Yeah, he got bunnies. You know what bunnies are, right? You know what hops are.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was one of those players back in West Philly that will dunk on you if you listen. If you gave him enough pace and space, he will go up and throw that thing right. Give you a hat. That's what he's known for. He's known for. Could really, really jump up really high and dunk on your head. So he's a legend. We're glad to have him here. You miss playing basketball at all?
Playing, yeah. As far as on the physical level, yeah. I mean, because now I can't get up high like all that, but it's more so my game is more mental now.
Mental.
Yeah. So it's just like, okay, I know I can't do this, so let me, I'll stay out here, shoot a couple of jump shots, and
right.
Now,
did you have a jump shot too?
Yeah, someone. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a Steph Curry type or anything. I can give you, a good 17-footer from time to time.
Okay. How many of those 17-footers along with putback dunks? So 3 putback dunks, go to the line.
Putback dunks now?
No, back in the day.
Oh, back in the day, that was easy. That was
easy.
That was water. I mean, because you think about the era we came from. We're talking about the Lionel Simmons era and all of that stuff.
That was some great competition.
Yeah. So Pooh Richardsons and all of them prior to that, and Brian Shorter's at Gratz and everything. So
nice.
Yeah.
He went to the University of Pitt. I used to be a Brian Shorter fan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he went to Pitt. Yeah, absolutely.
Why didn't he ever get down?
Get down.
KSI.
Say that again.
KSI.
Oh no.
Different. He had a different mindset.
Different mindset.
He was he went overseas.
Yeah, he went overseas.
Okay, he just never got a chance to.
To come back through like that. Nah. I don't think because he never made the league either, did he?
Okay. Can you shout out your chapter?
Oh, absolutely. Shout out to Zeta Theta chapter, California University of Pennsylvania, founded in 1971.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Your dean, any line brothers?
My dean, Mark Lewis, rest in peace. My line brothers, my sons, Lamar Barnes, my 3, rest in peace, and my sons, Mark Quan, our ace, still with us, and they celebrate 35 years, May 3rd of this year.
Nice. So we put that disclaimer out because if you're a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, doesn't matter, West Coast to East Coast, down south, north, whatever the case may be. listen, Solo has no problem getting on the plane and doing your event. He is the number one. Let me listen. The number one. Can you put the number one up?
Nah.
He's the number one Nard.
We have another. I got to shout out my other brothers.
He is the number one. He is the number one Kappa Alpha Psi photographer. Am I right or am I right?
I mean,
are you the?
I'm a humble dude, so I would say Mike Hume.
I didn't ask you that. Are you?
On,
are you the photographer for Kappa Alpha Psi? That's
yes,
all I'm
one of the photographers for
Kappa Alpha Psi. The best fraternity.
That goes without question.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah,
so the number one. He's the number one photographer.
All right, I'll let that ride with you on that.
Right. So please, ladies and gentlemen, if you are getting married, if you're celebrating your 40th, your 50th, your 60th birthday party, if you have a private event, if you're a corporation out there like 28 Black or like Romeo and Juliet or like Monte Cristo and you're looking for a photographer, make sure that you hit him up today. Also, all those models that we were talking about, please inbox him right now in order to go and get your come up here on the show. We have a great space, over 5,000 square feet of space where so we can get some unbelievable pictures and add it to your social media. Nard, did you have anything else to say about Solo? Anything? No, great job. Goose, anything else you want to say about Solo?
Well, we have to cut a deal with Solo in the future. He should be the official photographer for Gooses.
Oh,
I mean, we should be.
Now, see.
Wait. I don't understand. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on. Can I talk to my partner?
Go ahead.
We're just gonna have a little sidebar.
Yeah.
Goose, I thought we talked about this. You know we had someone else in mind.
Oh, wow.
I must have missed that meeting.
Do you really want him to be the photographer for Gooses?
Yeah, I would think. Yeah,
right now?
Yeah, right now.
You want to put it together right now?
Put it right there. Right?
Well, go ahead. Give him the disclaimer and let's put it together right now. Why not? Go ahead. Talk to him. Go ahead.
Solo is now the official photographer for Goose's Monte Cristo Lounge.
Wow.
In Limerick, Pennsylvania. And we're going to work on getting the official photographer for WXPM.
Whoa. That's major, man. I really appreciate it. Oh, man. Mama, I made it.
You made it, man.
That's what's up.
Our producer, real quick, Just Ice, did we have any questions on there?
Yeah, I just want to know, like,
you can try that again. Go ahead. Just make sure you get the question. I won't answer. Go ahead. Don't worry about it.
All right. I just wanted to know what are some of the best events that you've done? Like, what are some of your bigger events that you've completed over your course of your career?
Oh, okay. So, like I said, when I started in 2010, I was pulled in to do all of the HBCU classic events for Coors Light. So that was during the football season. So from September through December, like every weekend, there was a classic that was sponsored by Coors Light. So I was responsible for shooting all of the tailgates, all of the check presentations during the football games, any social events that they had afterwards. So that was my real introduction into corporate events. And then fast forward up to 2017, I got tapped into Diageo, and they were one of the sponsors for the Roots Picnic. And so I shot the Roots Picnic and being backstage. And so you get to see all of the artists and everything and taking pictures of the artists along with the artists, because back then, when you're behind that scene, you know, everybody's more relaxed. So the pictures are more, they want you to take the picture, you know? So that those two, and then also, well, you and Nard can attest to this, being able to shoot our national convention when it was here in Philadelphia.
Wow, great job.
Shooting for 7 days straight. Oh my God, that's like, you know, that's right below the National Geographic thing.
I know Nard to love it too.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, but those three right there, Josh, was the highlights for me.
That's awesome. That's great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, Nard? All right. Well, that's a great job. Well, listen, you models, make sure that you go and You tag him right now, going to his DM.
Gotta love
If you're a member,
Nard.
Cap Alpha Psi, or any Divine 9 member,
Oh,
it
yeah,
doesn't
I don't
matter.
discriminate.
Big shout out to the Omegas. Big
Yeah.
shout out to the Alphas. Big shout out to the Sigmas, the Iotas. I got you, D. Don't even worry
I was
about
gonna
it.
say I got
Shout out to the AKAs. Shout out to the Deltas. Shout out to the Zetas. Shout out to the Sigma Gamma Rho, baby. And I can't forget the Kappa Sweethearts. Make sure you reach out to Solo today. If you're having a birthday party, a private party, or corporate event, he is now 28 Blacks, #1 photographer, along with moving towards Monte Cristo, along with Romeo and Juliet, also Goose's Lounge, and WXPM radio station. Wow, you really came up big today.
Wow.
And he's a brother of ours. You know, we love him unconditionally right here at the show. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and make sure that you DM him right now and get your next party for your next photographer, our man, our brother, Kevin Solo Sellers.
Solo.
That's what's up. We'll see you guys on the other side. Y'all know what it is right here at the Undefeated Ghost Podcast each and every Sunday, along with Tuesday, my man Goose's Talk. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you again, Solo.
All right, appreciate you.